of 150 degrees is opposite over hypotenuse. It's the y coordinate that I've traced out, I hit when I traced out the circle. It is 1/2. And the cosine of 150 degrees is from the 30 degrees, the adjacent, divided by the hypotenuse. It is the x-coordinate. Cosines are going to be x-coordinate. Sines are going to be y-coordinate. And that the x part of the xy coordinate is negative square root of 3 over 2. So cosine of 150 degrees is negative square root of 3 over 2. Not bad? Yes, sir? No, the cosine is the x. The sine is the y. Doesn't matter. I'll do one where the long leg is not with the cosine. It's with the sine. Okay. The hypotenuse is always 1 because this is the unit circle. So its radius is 1. All right. I'm going to do one that's going to be on an axis now. So let me trace out an angle of 90, 180, 270 degrees. Okay? When I trace out that angle, I'm talking about the negative side of the y-axis. What are the xy coordinates when I take that ray and I hit the unit circle? What are my xy coordinates when I've gone 270 degrees, make my ray, and now it touches the unit circle? Yes, ma'am? 0, negative 1. Okay. Cosine is the x coordinate. Sine is the y coordinate. The cosine of 270 degrees is 0. And the sine of 270 degrees is negative 1. Where they overlap, we're not going to make things overlap today. Negative 390 is in today's? Oh, okay. All right. All right. Yeah. The cosine is always the x, the sine is always the y. The cosine is always the x. Remember, that's something to memorize. Cosine is x, sine is y. Okay. So you want one to go over, or overlap a little bit? Okay. So, how about 330, 309 degrees is the homework one? So we'll go 90 plus 30 is 420. Yeah, okay. So let's go 420 degrees. 360. 420 minus 360 is 60 degrees. Going up another 60 degrees. Making my little ray. looking where that ray touches the unit circle, making a right triangle, and I'll go down to the x-axis to get there. My angle in this right triangle that's here at the origin is how many degrees? Just the little right triangle right here. How big is that angle? 60. Okay. I have a 30, 60, 90. My horizontal side is the short side. What's the length of the short side of the 30, 60, 90 where the hypotenuse is 1? 1/2. And the length of the long side? So the xy coordinates are over 1/2, up square root of 3 over 2, which means the cosine of 420 degrees is the x-coordinate, 1/2. And the sine of 420 degrees is the y-coordinate, square root of 3 over 2. We only get to use one point. When we trace out that angle and we make the ray, there's only one point that we're going to calculate. Okay. How about if we do negative 45 degrees? Okay. I'm going to start here in standard position. I'm going to trace out negative 45 degrees. Going to put a ray here. Going to touch that unit circle here. If I make myself a little right triangle, I get 45, 45. What are the lengths of the sides of the 45, 45, 90 triangle with hypotenuse length 1? Root 2 over 2. Okay. So the xy coordinates of this, on the x-axis, I go to the right, square root of 2 over 2. On the y-axis, I go down, square root of 2 over 2. So the y-coordinate is negative square root of 2 over 2, which means the cosine of negative 45 degrees is square root of 2 over 2. The sine of negative 45 degrees is negative square root of 2 over 2. Yes, cosine's always the x, sine's always the y. It's supposed to be a negative sign. I don't know why I can't keep hitting it. There we go. Yes, sir? Traditionally, we always go to the x-axis. You will get the same answer if you go to the y-axis. But by tradition, we just go up and down to the x-axis. Okay. Now let me show you one more little deal. Here's 0, here's 90 degrees. If my angle is between 0 and 90 degrees, what do you think the sine of my cosine of that angle is? Are my cosines positive or negative? In quadrant 1, my cosines are positive. Every x value on this part of this arc is positive. What about my sines? Also positive. If I'm in quadrant 2, that's between 90 degrees and 180 degrees. My cosines are negative. How about my sines? How about quadrant 3? Both of them negative. Cosine and sine are negative. And quadrant 4, my cosine is positive.